Vardagsradikal.
Mikið gott að vera komin heim nær. Helviti góður bar, þessi klaustur bar maður. Wow! Síminn búinn að hljóða upptöku allan tíman. Jesus Christ maður. Og ég með 3 klukkutíma upptöku. What? Já, best að hita á play. People often say that politics is boring. But let me tell you, Icelandic politics is anything but boring. I'd compare it to a well-written comedy show. This is a doozy. In fact, this may be one of the silliest, most ridiculous political scandals that you've ever heard of. It sounds like something right up an SNL skit. It's called SNL, right? Saturday Night Live? SNL? Yeah. Anyway. So, apparently there were these 6 members of parliament who got a little drunk at a bar, and apparently somebody recorded their conversation, and in this conversation they made a lot of sexist remarks, especially about female members of parliament. Great stuff. They also made fun of a former vice MP who has a severe disability. So yeah, they were making fun of women, and they were making fun of disabled people, and then they were referring to the party chairman of so they were from 2 different parties. They were 4 from the center party and 2 from the People's Party, and they referred to the chairman of the center party as a crazy cunt or cow or something like that, and they made similar comments about various other women that are very powerful in politics right now. And yeah, somebody recorded this, leaked it to the press, and now everybody's going crazy about it. And we can understand why, because this is just, I mean, this is just one of those political scandals where you just go, damn, that stings. I mean, you would expect, you know, political scandals to involve like bribes or, you know, misuse of power and stuff like that, which Iceland is no stranger of, I can tell you that. But this is just so comical. I mean, you want something like this to ruin your political career? Jesus, that's gotta sting. But in all honesty, though, their exact remarks were very, very bad. I mean, I'm the kind of guy who, you know, doesn't get offended easily, and you know, when, you know, feminists or other women's rights activists or social justice warriors in general preach to me, I'm very much usually like, yeah, sure, yeah, the world is not half as cruel as you think it is. But then you hear shit like this and you just go, whoa, dude. I mean, even the most hardcore comedians out there wouldn't are usually more soft tones than what than what they said, and you know, comedians at least have the context of, you know, being, you know, comedians. So first of all, who are these 6 MPs who so amusingly embarrassed themselves? Well, they are Anna Kolbrún Árnadóttir, I believe her name was, and Bergþór Ólason, Gunnar Bragi Sveinsson, and Sigmundur Davíð Gunnlaugsson. They are all MPs for the Centre Party. And no, Sigmundur Davíð was never Prime Minister. You are definitely mistaken. No, my nation would never do anything this embarrassing like that guy for Prime Minister. Trust me. Although, to be fair, when he was not Prime Minister, he was not as controversial as he later became. But yeah, but I have just made the decision from now on, you know, I have cleansed my mind from the national embarrassment that was the Prime Minister status of fucking Sigmundur Davíð. Oh my god, I just realized how many videos have I made where I have to correct something that he says, or just note for the records just what an absolute natural embarrassment this guy has become. Jesus! As you may guess, I am not an active voter of the Center Party, or not even a fan of theirs. And yeah, but I've already talked about that in other videos. But who were the other two guys? Their names were Ólafur Ísleifsson and I can't remember the name of the sixth guy. Karl Gauti Hjaltason. New members of the parliament. Actually, all of them are on their first term as MPs. Now, Karl Gauti and Ólafur are, of course, members of the People's Party, Flokkur Fólksins, and being that they spoke very negatively and in a very misogynistic manner about their party chairman, Iceland, they were promptly kicked out of their respective party. By the way, that is pretty much unprecedented. I read an article somewhere that says that you have to go back as far as 1938 or 1939 to find a member of a political party has been kicked out of said party. So this is very unprecedented stuff. But again, for good reason. I mean, you want to call the party chairman of your own party a crazy ass bitch, whatever words they used, and get away with it? Yeah, somebody's gonna make some comments, and the other people in the party are probably gonna not want to have with you, unless that party chairman was, say, very unpopular, which he is not. In fact, Iceland is probably one of the most popular politicians in Iceland right now. I don't have any data to back that up, but I've rarely heard people speaking negatively about her. She has a very broad following across party lines, but that is probably also beside the point. The point is, they got caught red-handed speaking ill about their boss, and so of course they were fired from their party. Now, Sigmundur Davíð is of course his party chairman, and I'm pretty sure that Bragi Bragi, whatever, that he is the vice chairman, so it would be pretty bold if the Center Party were to fire them from their party. But let's face it, the Center Party is basically just Sigmundur Davíð's personal cult. You know, they're not gonna fire their dear leader. Just not gonna happen. Let's remember that, of course, they were, you know, on their own, on their private time, just having a few drinks, apparently few too many, and you know, obviously didn't know that they were being recorded. And well, it is somewhat disparaging, of course, that MPs can, you know, just be on, you know, enjoying their free time and be recorded, and that stuff being leaked to the press. And that is definitely not a great thing if something like that happens. Now, however, just because they were recorded without them being known, we can't ignore the information that was revealed. I mean, the truth is out. We have to deal with that now. And Sigmundur Davíð, in typical Sigmundur Davíð fashion, reacted like an absolute moron. First statement out of Sigmundur was no apologies or anything like this, but he claimed that his phone or one of their phones had been hacked, and that is how they were recorded. You know, you're maybe wondering who recorded this. It's not known exactly whom, but according to the media outlets that released this information, an unknown patron at the bar overheard their conversation and decided to record it because he felt outraged while hearing them speak. Oh, that's right, I was still talking about Sigmundur Davíð. So, eventually, he was the one out of the six who took their longest time to issue a statement of apology or anything like that. But eventually he did so, and it was one of the most half-assed apologies that I've ever seen. I don't remember the exact quote, so there's basically, in typical Sigmundur fashion, he apologized while blaming everyone else around him as well. Oh my god, he is so embarrassing. Like, seriously, it would have been better for him if he simply did nothing. Like, when the whole scandal broke, he should have simply crawled into his basement and waited a week, and it would have done, and his inaction would have done less to harm his image than him actually speaking about his scandal, because that's the kind of guy Sigmundur is. Like, whenever you think he's hit rock bottom, he goes, no, I can still dig, it's not rock yet, it's not rock solid, see, I can go deeper. Also, the two MPs who were kicked out of the People's Party, Ólafur and Karlgauti, whatever, so neither of them has decided to resign. Yeah, here's the thing, it is not only rare that politicians get kicked out of their respected parties, it's also very rare that they get, like, fired from their position. Now, the idea is that once they get fired from their party, you know, it's that they would find it in their hearts to not, you know, because being no longer associated with their parties, or, you know, they wouldn't want their image to taint the party, that they would then resign on their own behalf, but they have decided not to. So they will now serve the remainder of their term in the parliament as independent MPs, thus decreasing the voting power of the People's Party even more. I mean, there's still a good chance that they may vote with the People's Party you know, whenever something is to be voted on, but, you know, this also gives them the freedom to just do whatever the hell they want. So I think overall the People's Party is the biggest victim here, since they can't technically fire their people out of parliament. Now, as I may have mentioned, I say may have because I may be a little bit intoxicated, so I don't remember, but as I may have mentioned, there are of course calls for all of the 6 MPs to resign for what they did. But most of the outcry for them to resign has of course come from the public. You know, those plebeians who read headlines every now and then and believe that they know anything about that's actually going on. But yeah, anyway, these people of course want the MPs to resign. Now, of course, there are a lot of us MPs who would greatly support that claim, and you know, like I said, I would really like it if they were to resign, at least some of them, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And it's also very important to note that both the Centre Party and the People's Party are, of course, in opposition in Parliament. Now, if this same exact scandal had taken place involving MPs that are of parties that are in power, that would have been a completely different story. We would probably be looking at a new election running up right around now. Okay, now that I think I have covered most of the more serious aspects of this whole scandal, now let's have a little bit of fun. Can you imagine how the work atmosphere down in Parliament is right now? Jesus, it must be so fucking awkward. Now, obviously the MPs of the Centre Party that haven't resigned or anything, they have taken a leave of absence temporarily without pay. Yeah, good idea, guys. Or, you know, if my boss found out that I had said something like this about him, Jesus Christ. And, you know, I would not be surprised if I got fired for something like that. Or at least, you know, I work for a big company, so, you know, I could be not fired, but, you know, my boss could say, you're not really, you're contributing to a hostile work environment, so we're gonna have to remove you to a different part of the company. You know, that, if I said something embarrassing like this, you know, this is what could happen, you know, realistically, without me getting fired. I could, you know, get rerounded to some other part of the company or whatever, you know, I would be fine. I mean, I would be an absolute asshole and I would deserve it, but also, some of the excuses they made to try to save their face, you know, because of course the recordings aren't that clear, you know, you don't hear everything they say clearly, and there was this one instance where apparently Sigmundur Davíð made fun at this former vice MP, who again has a severe physical condition, and he apparently compared her to a seal, and made some seal-like noises. I don't know, like is this what a seal makes? And then he was trying to save his honor by saying, no, this was the sound of my chair moving, you know, or it was probably a bicycle braking outside, like all these ridiculous excuses. And it's just, it gets more embarrassing for him by every passing minute. And also then when he said that he also referred to her apparently as an island, and then he was trying to say, no, I meant that as a term of endearment, because in my party headquarters we recently removed a wall to make better access for disabled people, and we used to refer to this wall as the island. And so yeah, because stuff like that. It makes no sense, and bottom line, Sigmundur Davíð is a complete joke, and he somehow can't help embarrass himself, which is all the more amusing to me, but all the more embarrassing for my great democracy. Freaking ridiculous. But yeah, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.
Das Radikal.